Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Winkin Complex here at Hussing University, the site of today's Class B baseball contest between the John Bapst Crusaders and the Ellsworth Eagles. Welcome in to a very abbreviated Bangor Savings Bank pregame show. They have helped New Englanders achieve their goals since 1852. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Whether you're planning for today or building for tomorrow, we're here with personalized service and a commitment to what matters most to you. Visit Bangor.com. I'm Mark Paulette, joined on today's broadcast by Ernie Clark. We are coming to you from the Darlings in Bangor broadcast booth. Darlings has you covered for sales and service. Shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia models are used of all makes. Visit darlings.com. Well, Ernie, we're getting a little bit of a late start here to the broadcast today. Took us a while just to be let in here to the building, and then we have been on double speed getting the setup ready, but as far as the pregame show, as you see John Bapst delivering their warm-ups and the fielders taking infield behind them, give us some keys to the game here between the Crusaders and the Eagles, who, admittedly, if I'm being honest, I've kind of used Ellsworth as a litmus test for other teams around Class B.
Well, it really is in terms of the Big East / Penobscot Valley Conference. Ellsworth, the number one team in Class B North with a record of 9-1. Their only loss, actually, to a Class C team, Washington Academy of East Machias. They are the defending Class C North champions. They are undefeated this year. Ellsworth, the reigning Class B North champions, just got edged in the state championship game by Monmouth Academy last year, and a fairly good nucleus back this year. A good handful of seniors to lead the way. Ellsworth 91, as I said, number one. John Baps 5-5 right now. They hold the 10th and final playoff spot in Class B North, and there's only about 10 days left in the regular season, maybe less.
Crunch time.
That starts to take on some greater importance. And these teams met early in the season, and it was all Ellsworth, 14-0. This would be a huge game for John Baps to win to kind of secure the playoff spot, but. Ellsworth has a veteran pitcher out there in Dawson Curtis. So too does John Baps and Aiden Willett, both right-handers, and it'll be interesting to see if John Baps can get any offense going against Curtis. Ellsworth has been averaging, 11.2 runs per game this season, so it's a pretty safe assumption to think it's going to take some runs to knock off the Eagles.
Willette's first delivery, working from the stretch, was a strike. Haskell watches that pitch dip low to even the count at 1-1. Evan Haskell, the shortstop, leading things off here for the Eagles. Dawson Curtis, the pitcher, on deck. Jackson Berry, three-hole hitter, the first baseman, and if anyone reaches in this first inning, it will be Gunnar Vines, sophomore cleanup hitter for the Eagles. Right now, Haskell watches the 1-1 dip low.
Yeah, game started at 4:35, and we were ready for it.
Well, we were. We were up here for the first pitch, despite being locked outside the doors here at the press box, after 4 p.m. But made it happen. We are up here and watching some fine baseball on a beautiful afternoon for it. Last couple of days were very steamy around eastern and central Maine. Temps have cooled back off today. You got a nice breeze. This is spring sport kind of weather in my mind. As Haskell grounds one up the middle, fielded at short, behind the second base bag, but the throw to first wide. It gets by. Haskell rounds and heads down to second, and he will cruise in there. What do you think, Ernie? Probably a
base hit and
base
error.
hit with the error, lead off
hit,
infield single.
Yep, nice play up the middle by Josh Pangburn, the shortstop, but he had to throw on the run, knowing that Haskell had some pretty good speed going down the line. Threw it off to the outfield side of first base, and play was unable to be made by Soccer Base, and they're over at first base while keeping his foot on the base. So the ball went toward the dugout, and the errant throw led to Haskell getting into scoring position here to lead off the game.
Now it's the Eagle hurler trying to help out his own cause. Watches a big breaking ball through for a strike. He thought that one might have dipped a little low. As we take a look at those Class B North standings, Ernie was talking about them. Ellsworth on top with the 9-1 record. Coney right behind him at 9-2. And then Herman, a team that is really coming on strong here in the middle part of their season. We saw them beat Bangor at Mansfield late last week. You just saw them win up at Old Town earlier this week in shutout fashion. That's another team to look out for at the top of the Class B standings.
Well, they're starting to catch up in the number of games they played. You see, now they've played 8. They were 2-3 games behind everybody for much of the season. But you mentioned Ellsworth as kind of the litmus test for Class B, at least in terms of the Penobscot Valley Conference / Big East. Coney is that same, has that same status in the Kennebec Valley Athletic Conference. It's about half and half in terms of the two leagues and their representation in Class B North. But Coney is a really strong team this year coming out of Augusta. They've got a couple of losses, but they have played very, very well. And it will be interesting if it matches up at the end here, that it's Ellsworth and Coney. But there's a lot of ball to be played here left in the regular season. And, of course, you can't assume anything once postseason play arrives.
Curtis, good take there. Watching a pitch dip low, and he runs the count full at 3-2.
Curtis will be back here next year playing at Husson University, following in the footsteps of his older brothers Jackson, who graduated 2 or 3 years ago, and Hunter, who's a senior this year for the Eagles.
Curtis grounds it to first. Close play over at the bag. Willett just beats him there by half a step. Over to third on the out is Haskell, so a productive ground out for Curtis, getting the runner down to third with 1 out in front of Barry.
Yeah, pretty good defensive play by the Crusaders. Soccer Basin going over to get the bunt down the first baseline, and Willett, starting quarterback on the football team, beating Dawson Curtis to the bag by half a step to get the out.
First pitch missing down and away to Barry. Big first baseman for the Eagles, trying to plate the game's first run. Haskell 90 feet away.
He's another senior. He's going to be playing next year. He's going to prep school, post-grad year at Avon Old Farms.
Down in Connecticut, right?
Yes, I believe so. Pretty highly regarded prep school for baseball, for one thing. And so he's also a very good basketball player as well, has been for the Eagles.
Takes a pitch outside there to get ahead in the count 2-1. We showed you a peek at the standings. Those are brought to you by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Great food, great drinks, great vibes. For takeout, call 947-5000 or visit unos.com. Barry puts the 2-1 in the air out to right field. Right fielder having a retreat on it. Should be plenty deep enough to score Haskell. Catch is made for the second out of the inning, but Haskell tags and jogs home. Barry has a sac fly, and the Eagles strike for the game's opening run.
Yeah, pretty well-hit ball to fairly deep right field, but Jack Backman got back there and waited on it. Didn't try to set up the throw because he knew there was no way, as deep as he was, that he was going to have a chance to throw Haskell out at the plate. So the Eagles strike first here in the top of the first.
Gunnar Vines, sophomore cleanup hitter for the Ellsworth Eagles. Left fielder lays off the first pitch. Ticket coverage also brought to you, Ticket TV coverage, I should say, brought to you in part by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a Deere. We're also presented in part by your local family-owned McDonald's. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats and DoorDash. You can get 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hot cakes, 4 hash browns, and 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. That bundle deal saves you over 40% for a limited time.
Big ballpark here at Husson University, but with the artificial turf, if you can find a gap, it's a triples ballpark, at least. And wouldn't be surprised to see that. The outfield playing fairly deep.
Swing and a miss there. Had the green light on a 3-0 count.
For John Baps. In order to try to keep some of the balls in front of him. But, I mean, again, if you find the power alleys, you can keep running for a while.
Misses upstairs to run the count full now at 3-2. 2 down, bases empty here, bottom of the first inning. The Eagles have scratched across the first run. Willett trying to limit it to just 1. And Vines will work a 2-out walk to keep the inning moving. Down to first base he goes, and that'll bring up Braden Pooler, the Eagles' second baseman.
Just a freshman on the Ellsworth roster. One of 3 freshmen for head coach Dan Curtis.
That one catches the top of the zone for strike one. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar or taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Heroes is the place to be, the official grill of Ticket TV in downtown Bangor at herosportsgrill.com. The freshman rips one past the dive at third and into left field for a two-out hit. Back-to-back two-out base runners, and the Eagles trying to add to their total here in the first.
Runner Vines was going on the play, but Puller with a line drive just beyond the outstretched reach of Cooper Lewis over at third base, and Ellsworth trying to mount a two-out threat here after scoring one run but having the bases empty with two down.
Morrill, a big swing and a miss at strike one. Merrill, excuse me.
Yeah, I was looking. My penmanship that you copied is not all that great.
That's all good. I got the rosters next to me to cross-reference. Bit of a bluff by the runner at second as Merrill tied up there on a pitch up and in. Down in the count, 0-2.
Eagles have won 3 in a row. Started the season with a 33-1 victory over my Foxcroft Academy ponies. So that kind of skews that run total. I said they're averaging 11 a game, but
Willett with the high cheese to get out of the inning. 3 straight fastballs upstairs, striking out Merrill to strand 2, but the Eagles pick up 1 after half an inning. Ellsworth 1, John Bapst coming to the plate on Ticket TV.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Desk jobs aren't for everyone. Some of us want work that moves, work you can see, work that matters. Others might call it dirty, but we don't mind. At Casella, hard work isn't just a means to an end. It's something you can build a life on, and it's important work that keeps society moving. Casella, good pay, good people, good life. That's the power of hard work.
We are back here at the Wink at Husson University in Bangor, getting ready for the bottom of the first inning. Crusaders coming to bat for the first time, and it'll be the pitcher, Aiden Willett, leading things off in the bottom half of the first inning. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by the Furniture Gallery. During their Spring into Savings event, you can brighten every room with lamps, rugs, and wall art from the Furniture Gallery. Shop local, save money, and love your home this spring at the Furniture Gallery. Locations in Augusta, Bangor, North Windham, and Topsom. Willett digging in against the senior lefty, Dawson Curtis. As Ernie was mentioning in the bottom of the first inning, when top of the first inning, when Dawson came to the dish, the latest in the long lineage of Curtises when it comes to Ellsworth baseball.
At least 3 of them, in terms of brothers, have all been very productive. Hunter Curtis, part of that Husson University team this spring that returned to the NCAA tournament.
Chopper wide a third, foul. Of Of course, Jackson went up to this campus and seemed to rewrite the offensive record book for the Eagles.
He was one of the last of the great sluggers. Yeah, Dawson Curtis, Hunter Curtis played in the NCAA tournament this year, and another player, as Willette strikes out from Ellsworth, went to the NCAAs. Peter Koblinski, junior shortstop, second team All Little East Conference. Had a heck of a year, hit .398 for the Huskies, who came up one win short of qualifying or advancing in the NCAA tournament.
Colby Haggerty going after the first pitch and fouling it straight back.
Dawson Curtis and Jackson Berry have been two of the top pitchers in the division here for the last couple of years. So, I mean, Dan Curtis, the coach, and Dawson's father is fortunate to have that kind of veteran depth.
Easy infield hit here for Colby Haggerty, grounding an off-speed pitch deep into the shortstop hole. No real play to be made. The throw was offered across the diamond on a couple of hops, but Haggerty with his speed was already well down that first base line.
Yeah, it really wasn't a ball. I mean, even though we're playing on artificial turf, it really wasn't a ball that was hit hard enough for Haskell, the shortstop, to do much with after he made the backhanded stop in the hole. Gave it a shot, came up short, and now one-out runner for John Baps.
Pendergrass pulls it through that shortstop hole into left field. Back-to-back one-out singles here. Colby Haggerty, Abe Pendergrass, and the Crusaders have something cooking in the bottom half of the inning.
Yeah, we mentioned that Ellsworth averaging 11.2 runs per game. John Baps averaging 5.2 runs per game. They've scored 52, allowed 51, and guess what their record is? 500, 5-5. With a chance here with one out and two runners aboard.
Lefty on lefty here with the DH. Ian Boudreau coming to the dish.
Boudreau hitting .400 this season in 9 games. I'm missing one of the games that they played, but gives you a sense for why he's batting cleanup.
Good bender there from Curtis. Saw the knees buckle a little bit. He's ahead in the count, 0-2.
Doesn't see a lot of left-handers. This is a lefty-on-lefty battle here.
0-2, runner at second takes off. Check swing, throw down, diving in headlong ahead of the throw with the steal. Then advancing up to second was Pendergrass once he saw Haggerty dive in safe at third. A little bit of a discussion here at the plate. Check swing, they check with the umpire now, and he says no swing, so 1-2 the count on Boudreau.
Strong enough throw to third base by Caleb Jordan, the Ellsworth catcher, but the throw was to the foul side of the bag, and that kind of misdirection was all that it took for Haggerty to be able to slide in there, and of course Pendergast, followed him, advancing a base and getting to second. And now we've got two in scoring position, but now with 2 outs.
Boudreau goes down swinging, as did Willette to lead off the inning. A couple of singles sandwiched in between. Curtis trying to get out of the jam. First pitch to Cooper Lewis. Catches the black. Cooper Lewis, Baps' third baseman, trying to bring in those runners. A couple of 2-out runners in scoring position. Count even now at 1-1. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Northeast Driving School, the driver leader in training since 1969. Register for courses at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school, northeastdrivingschool.com. Also brought to you by Praise Auto Sales. If you're looking for your next ride, Praise on Outer Broadway has you covered. Guaranteed lowest prices every day with no waiting for a sale. Over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. Visit praiseautosales.com today. 1-2 the count. But first, calling time, and backing out is Lewis. Curtis getting in a little bit of a groove there once the runners got into scoring position. He got the K ahead here, 1-2. And he's got another whiff to get out of the inning. So Curtis ends up striking out the side around those couple of singles. They both get stranded, and after one, it's Ellsworth 1, Baps nothing on Ticket TV.
Darlings in Bangor is hiring experienced Ford technicians. We've solved the two biggest challenges in the industry, warranty time and flat rate. At Darlings, you'll have guaranteed hours, retail time for warranty, and unlimited earning potential. We offer up to $40 an hour plus incentives, generous PTO, full benefits, and a climate-controlled shop. Apply today at darlings.com. You'll do better at Darlings.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home at the Furniture Gallery. During our Spring into Savings event, brighten every room you have with lamps, rugs, and wall art. The Furniture Gallery is getting ready for warmer days. Enjoy 15% off outdoor furniture and create the backyard retreat you've been dreaming about. Speaking of dreaming, need extra sleeping space for guests? Our sleeper sofas start at just $6.99. Shop local, save money, and love your home this spring. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, North Windham, and Topsom.
The marathon of life can be challenging. Chores and responsibilities keep us from the things we once loved and the aspirations we set. But it's never too late to find your second wind. With an affordable, fully online program and advisors to help you along the way, you can cross the finish line at your own pace. Finish strong at the University of Maine.
Back here at the Winkin Complex on Husson University in Bangor, getting ready for the second inning on Ticket TV. Ellsworth Eagles coming to the dish, and it's Joey Beal, the right fielder, leading off. Here in the top half of the inning, Aiden Willett back out there on the bump, working from the stretch. And his first delivery of the second catches the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, more and more pitchers we're noticing almost won a game, throwing all the time from the stretch, and you understand it because it just adds to the consistency of the delivery. You're not going back and forth between a windup and the stretch.
Less moving parts, certainly.
Indeed. Ideally, it helps your control. I think it might take just a little bit off the fastball, but you'll take that if you can throw strikes to the spots you want to throw them to, around the corners.
Willett ahead here, 0-2. And that one catches the corner. Beal watches the off-speed pitch for strike three, backwards K. And that's actually back-to-back strikeouts now for Willett after getting Merrill swinging to end the first.
Yeah, both these pitchers right around the plate. Nothing too fat to go after.
Ellsworth backstop. Caleb Jordan going after the first pitch and lining it into left center field. Well struck single with one out here in the second.
Yeah, third hit indeed for Ellsworth early on. Pretty good job by the John Baps left fielder, Sam Charchard, to get over there and prevent the ball from getting by him. Because if the ball gets by him, Joey Beal's still running.
Coleman Welch, sophomore third baseman, showing bunt, dropping down a nice one up the third base line. Barehanded, long throw to first. It's offline. Sock Basin having to range off the bag to corral it on a bounce. That is a bunt single. We got hits out of the 8 and 9 batters here with one down.
Yeah, you always like that. That was a great bunt down the third baseline by Welch, the number 9 hitter. Third baseman for John Baps. Cooper Lewis did a nice job of barehanding the ball, but it's just it's a tough play because you've got to really throw off balance in order to have any chance to get the runner at first. And instead we've got 2 on and just 1 out.
There's Evan Haskell. He wasted no time in manufacturing the game's first run. He singled, reached second on an E6 on that same play, and would eventually come around and score on a Jackson Berry sac fly.
That was an infield hit to the shortstop hole. Again, Haskell able to come up with it. Pangborn able to come up with it at shortstop, but throw was wide.
Swinging away at the 2-0, grounding it to third. Glove there, tagging the bag at third, throwing down to second. That runner is going to be in there safely. So fielder's choice. One down. Same situation on the base paths, first and second.
second out of the inning there. I almost think the better play might have been to go to first afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But we got the shore out, and that's the big thing there. And it would have been a close play at first base, long throw from third to first.
2 on, 2 out in the second. Curtis goes after the first pitch and pops it up, carrying a bit out into medium depth left field. Squeezing it out there, though, for the final out of the inning is Sam Churchard. Eagles leave 2. After an inning and a half on Ticket TV, Ellsworth 1, John Baps nothing.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been helping New Englanders thrive by living our You Matter More promise. We invest in Northern New England because your ideas, your well-being, and your business matter to us. Our commitment is reflected in our caring employees, innovative solutions, and investments in local communities. At Bangor Savings Bank, you are at the heart of everything we do because you matter more.
Hi, I'm Steve Prey. My father built Prey's Auto Sales on trust, integrity, and dependability. Today, we work hard to carry on those same qualities. Prey's Auto Sales has now grown to 2 locations, which gives you a bigger and better selection to choose from. We have a wonderful service department. They really thoroughly examine every vehicle before we sell it and also maintain your vehicle after the sale. Our financing department works with banks, local credit unions, and alternative financing to help you get in the vehicle of your choice. At Prey's Auto Sales, you don't have to wait for a sale. We offer every day guaranteed lowest price. We really are an extended family of grandparents, parents, kids. Come on out and see us and you'll see why we've been in business for 40 years. Plus, we do free appraisals. Prey's Auto Sales, Outer Broadway, Bangor.
Back here in Bangor on Ticket TV, coverage brought to you in part by Casella. Good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com. Also brought to you by Eastern Maine Community College at EMCC. Every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. And we're brought to you by Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing for over 55 years. You can renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, look good and feel good in a clean, shiny car, and book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Jackson Sockbasin swinging through the first pitch at the bottom of the second inning. Dawson Curtis back to work, gave up a couple of singles in the first, but also struck out 3 Crusader batters.
Top of the 6th inning down in Binghamton, New York. Maine Black Bears leading UMBC 5-3.
They jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first inning. I think they were on top 3-1 after the inning was completed. A Sockbasin, a swing and a miss, and Curtis has his 4th strikeout of the game. Well, selfishly, Ernie, from our schedule-making perspective, if the Black Bears were to win today, that keeps things clean for us. That's the simplest path forward.
Yeah, if they win today, they are off until tomorrow. If they lose this afternoon's game, they would play a game, an elimination game tonight. It's now a double elimination tournament among the top 4 teams. You've got Maine and UMBC. You had
Churchard flying it into shallow left center field, getting turned around out there, and that's going to get down over the head of Haskell. Wide turn at first, but a bloop single into shallow left center for Sam Churchard with 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, apparently Gunnar Viles just couldn't see the ball because he was coming in from left field and had the best play on it, but he didn't signal that he had it. Tracked down, and shortstop for Ellsworth, Evan Haskell, went out and tried to make a play, but couldn't, and John Baps with a 1-out base runner.
And the wind blowing out to center, left center, so that one kind of got up in the breeze and just kept drifting over the head of Haskell out there.
Yeah, pretty high sky today, and yeah, I don't know that I think the sun got in the way of his view of the baseball. He's looking right into it from left field.
Josh Pangburn now at the dish. Baps shortstop watches that one catch the zone. I'll tell you one person who is rooting hard for the Black Bears right now, and that would be morning roast / studio producer Marcus Caesar, who's back there running that game. And if they lose, he's got to be back there running game 2 and then return at 4 a.m. or whatever time he gets in.
Yeah, rise and shine. The other two teams in the tournament, I mentioned Maine and UMBC, Binghamton and Albany advanced to the to today's double elimination round, and Binghamton scored a win earlier today, so they're the top seeds.
Delayed steal, swing and a miss, throw down to second, and getting in there is Churchard with the swipe. Kind of caught the Ellsworth infield by surprise a little bit. No one was covering the bag, you see right there on the freeze frame.
And the element of surprise definitely comes into play in that. You kind of, as a rhythm to the, the pitch, and usually everything kind of happens at the same time in terms of the pitch being delivered and the runner taking off. But Churchard waited and took the Eagles by surprise a little bit, and now he's in scoring position.
1 and 2 here to Pangburn. Puts it on the ground. Soft dribbler towards short. Haskell charges, gloves, had some trouble getting it out of his glove. It skips by first base. Rounding third and coming home to score is Churchard, and we are tied at 1. Pangburn aboard at first with 1 down. Bodie Phillips, number 9 hitter for the Crusaders, coming to the dish. Have another look.
Again, relatively soft chopper hit to shortstop, and if you're the shortstop, you got to play back a ways in case the hard hit ones off the turf come at you. And it looked like he had trouble getting the ball out of the glove and then a wide throw, so goes as an E6, and Churchard able to score from second base to tie the game. I said Albany, but it was UMass Lowell that Binghamton defeated this morning. So UMass Lowell will play the loser of the Maine UMBC game tonight in an elimination contest, and Binghamton awaits the winner of the Maine UMBC game in the winner's bracket tomorrow.
Popped up on the infield here by Phillips. Making the catch off of first base for the second out of the inning is Barry. Yeah, the Great Danes had their season come to an end with 4 straight losses to the Black Bears. Swept to end the regular season and then getting beat up on yesterday as Maine's bats came to life in that first game.
Well, if you're a Maine fan, it's good to see them advance in the tournament after they had a chance to draw a first-round bye and then got swept by
UMass Lowell.
By UMass Lowell, indeed, which got Lowell into the field. And they were second, and then they wound up third, and of course only the top 2 teams got that opening day bye.
There's a swing and a miss with the runner taken off at first. Pangburn diving in, head first down in second base. Second swipe of the inning for the Crusaders. Already their 4th of the game. They had a double steal back in the first inning, so John Bapst running today against Caleb Jordan. There's a wave and a miss by Willett. And that retires the side. So another strikeout for Curtis. He's got 5 through the first 2 frames. But Baps is able to punch one across, and we are tied after 2 here on Ticket TV from Husson University in Bangor.
Acadia Federal Credit Union keeps you in touch with your money using our mobile app, Acadia Go. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and even deposit checks with the tap of a button. That's not all. Now with Apple Pay, use your fingerprint to pay for purchases. It's quick and your account information is never shared. Apple Pay is safe and private. Acadia Federal Credit Union. We keep you mobile.
For over 80 years, Seaboard Federal Credit Union has been putting its members first. Founded in 1940, we've grown alongside our communities with branches in Bucksport, Ellsworth, and Herman. We're not a big bank, and we're proud of that. We're member-owned, community-driven, and here to help you build a better financial future. Whether it's saving for a goal, buying your first home, or simply managing everyday life. Seaboard Federal Credit Union, the smart place for your money.
From school drop-off to holiday road trips, your family deserves to feel safe, no matter the conditions. And at Twin City Tire & Service in Brewer, they'll help you find the best all-weather tires for your vehicle and any commute. With the best selection of all-weather tires in the Bangor area, Twin City Tire also offers the lowest prices on new tires, guaranteed. Save on new tires now, or get ahead and schedule your winter tire swap today at Twin City Tire & Service, proud sponsor of the Maine Black Bears. 609 Wilson Street, Brewer. You ever
Back here in Bangor on Ticket TV, this game tied as we turn to the top of the third inning between the Eagles and the Crusaders. Even line scores right there, 1-4-1, 1-4-1. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Dairy Queen Bangor with new DQ Breakfast Collection. You can enjoy a Cinnamon Toast Crunch dipped cone, Fruity Pebbles shake, or a Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard treat. Whether it's breakfast time or not, visit 668 Broadway in Bangor. DQ, happy tastes good. Also brought to you by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get loot and get sold with Next Home Experience. Jackson Berry leading off for the Eagles here in the top of the third inning. Get a sac fly in the first to plate their lone run. Going with the one batting glove look. That's not one you see much these days.
No.
The only modern player I can think of with that look is Hunter Pence. Remember that name with the Giants?
I do.
And Phillies a little bit. Berry chops it to third base. Fielded there, Lewis, long throw across the diamond on a hop, not in time, and Berry legs out an infield single.
Again, the infielders have to play back because of the turf, and you get these slow, high choppers, and it takes a perfect play to throw somebody out, and Berry with decent speed and good hustle gets his first hit of the day.
Gunnar Vines, who walked his first time up, sophomore left fielder and the cleanup hitter for the Eagles. First pitch on the outer zone for strike one.
Ellsworth, just two seniors on the team, and three seniors. They had Barry listed as a junior on their roster, but it's Barry, Jordan, and Dawson Curtis, the only three seniors on the team.
Barry taking off, and he's got a stolen base. Swing and a miss from Vines, but he was in there well ahead of the throw, making it down to second.
First stolen base for the Eagles. John Baps already has 4 stolen bases. 3 seniors, 4 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 3 freshmen on the Eagles roster. John Baps, 7 seniors, 7 juniors, and a sophomore.
At peak of the rosters, presented by Acadia Federal Credit Union, Acadia FCU. They've got their newest location open in Brewer. And now branches across the state, Bangor, Brewer, and of course, Aroostook County. Visit acadiafcu.org to learn more. 1-2 the count here on Vines. Willett into his delivery, and he catches the top of the zone. Vines down looking. Licks his bat afterwards. That's an odd move. I'm not sure he agreed with the call.
No, I think he thought the curveball stayed up, but it caught just enough of the strike zone in the eyes of the umpire. So Vines becomes the third strikeout victim of Aiden Willett.
Baseball guys can be weird, and I mean that in a very endearing sense. Weird in a good way. You see it at the professional level a lot, sniffing the bat with the wood.
Yes.
If you just miss one and foul it straight back, you get a little smell of that wood burning, shaving off there.
Well, they have all these goofy signs now whenever they get a hit, too.
Everybody's got to have some sort of dance or flash.
It's all different.
There's a chopper on the infield by Pooler. Cut off by Lewis, the third baseman, and throw across the infield for the out. Down to third goes Barry, but now with 2 down.
Yeah, nice play by Cooper Lewis, charging that ball, hit between third and shortstop. But he was, the good thing about it, the way it was hit, he was heading right toward the base as he made the catch and just flipped it over to first. And now Willett a chance to get out of this inning unscored upon if he can retire Porter Merrill.
Merrill was a strikeout victim in the first, showing bunt and bunting it straight back off the protective netting behind home plate. Willett with 3 Ks so far, 2 of them looking. A 1 on its way. And grounded just wide of third. Barry had to bend around that one as it was coming down the line, but he was in foul territory, so nothing to worry about.
You don't want to get hit, but yeah, the first thing you have to think about is getting into foul territory and not being caught with a foot on the line in case the ball hits you.
It'd be a rough way to end the inning.
Yes.
0-2 here on Merrill. And he lays off a breaking pitch that winds up down in the left-hander's batter's box. 1-2 here to the Ellsworth center fielder. And he lays off another one, dipping down and away.
Yeah, curveball there. Kept breaking away from the batter. Did a nice job to hold up.
Deuce is wild, 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Tie game. Runner 90 feet away, and Merrill pops it up into shallow left center field. Coming over to the left fielder to make a catch. Got a little scary there at the end, but not for Sam Churchard. He was tracking it all the way, squeezes it in the glove, and the Eagles strand that runner at third after 2.5 on Ticket TV. We are tied at 1 from the Winkin Complex in Bangor.
You ever wish you could rewind everything and press play one more time? Back to when connections meant something, when we played to just play, and adventures started with nowhere to be and all day to get there. Somewhere along the way, we got stuck in fast forward. We forgot to hit pause and see that the open road to everything we miss is actually right in front of us. Find your open road with Harvey RV and Marine, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Have a
The DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal has it all. 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a DQ sundae, all for just $7. Now you can get it with new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Ticket TV coverage also brought to you in part by Maine Finish Strong. 60-plus flexible online degree and certificate programs offered through Maine's flagship university. Apply now at umaine.edu/online. Colby Haggerty leading off here in the bottom of the third inning for the John Bapst Crusaders. He goes after the first pitch and fouls it over our head for strike one. Haggerty singled and had a stolen base in the first inning, but he got stuck on third. Dawson Curtis battling back for a couple of strikeouts after Haggerty got 90 feet away.
Looks like it's going to be a JV game after we get down here. I see the Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Bunch of Ellsworth kids with uniforms on.
Take advantage of the facilities while you have it, right?
Absolutely. It's a different look for them. I mean, A, it's a big stadium, and then B, you got the artificial turf. Not too many places to play on artificial turf around here, baseball-wise. So Hudson and Maine, I guess, right? Brewer.
Yep. Yeah, you talk about the acreage that's out there on the field because, of course, this is the football field as well, multi-sport complex here at the Winkin Complex at Hudson University. I noticed Friday night when we were at Mansfield, it seemed like a lot of space behind home plate. A ball gets past the catcher here, and it can rattle around for a bit.
Oh, boy, it can. You figure there's a 100-yard football field, 120-yard football field when you count the end zones.
Haggerty has his second hit of the game, poking that one into right center, going after the high pitch and serving it the opposite direction.
So that's what 120 is.
Yeah,
360 feet.
You can fit a full Canadian football field on here.
Yeah. And that's why the outfield becomes large, and so you got to account for that as an outfielder in particular.
Pendergrass swinging at the first pitch and dribbling it foul.
So you've got balls that are dropping in front of the outfielders for singles, and then you've got the somewhat occasional ball to the gap that makes its way out of the fence, and I'm sure there have been some inside the park home runs hit in the stadium over the years, but a lot of triples.
Pendergast lays off that pitch down and in. He, like Haggerty, singled and stole a base in the first inning, but got stranded in scoring position. 1-1 the count on the hitter. 1-1 our score here in the bottom of the third inning. Swinging away right through the vacated shortstop hole. That's because Haggerty was off with the pitch. He gets to third base easily on the single by Pendergast. Great hitting there from the Crusaders, and they have runners on the corners to start off this bottom of the third.
Yeah, perfectly executed play there where Pendergast hit the ball where Pangburn, the shortstop, might have been able to jump up and catch the line drive. I'm not sure about that, but it was a hard hit ball to that spot, and easily making his way to third is Haggerty, and now 2 on, nobody out with runners at the corners. A chance for the Crusaders of John Bapst to take the lead.
DH here, Ian Boudreau, lefty on lefty, and watches the first one through for a strike. I remarked to you during a break earlier in the game, Curtis doing a real nice job of mixing up the speeds pitch to pitch, and especially against the lefty here, Boudreau seems to have him off balance a little bit with that different look.
A little bit, but well, we got 5 hits now for John Baps, and it's almost like his control is too good.
Yeah,
because
he's leaving some out there.
He's only gone to I'm looking here for 2 ball counts. I only see 1 of them. So the Crusaders can go up there pretty aggressively swinging because the ball's been in the strike zone.
And that's what Boudreau does here, and he lifts it into shallow right center field. He's got his first hit of the game, an RBI to go with it as Haggerty jogs home, and the Crusaders lead this contest 2-1. 3 straight hits to start off the bottom of the third inning for John Bapst.
No, none of them really cheap either.
Cooper Lewis receiving some signs from the third base coach before digging in. He struck out swinging back in the first. Next pitch will be the 40th of the game, and Lewis sends that one foul off into the middle bleachers.
I found some stats on the internet for John Baps, and I didn't write down the number of games ago. Cooper Lewis, it says 500 next to his name.
It's not a bad clip.
I don't know if that was 9 games or 8. I know that most games we had were 9, so we were missing 1 game. But it gives you a sense that he's had a pretty good year to play.
Bouncing in that batter's box, showing Bunn, dropping down a nice one. Curtis off the mound, fields it, throws to first high, and it pulls Barry off the bag. Everybody's going to be safe. That was going to be a close play, even if the throw was down.
Yeah, I think he might have had him.
Let's have another look here.
I can't really see the replay screen.
Would have been close. Regardless, it's a sac bunt.
Would have been very close.
Base is now loaded, and we got a meeting on the mound here for the Eagles.
I give him a bunt hit on that because it was going to be very close, and I couldn't tell there whether we was surely going to be out or not.
Bunt single gives John Bapst 4 consecutive singles to start off this third inning. We'll bring the Ellsworth infield in to discuss things at the moment. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Union Street Towing, serving the greater Bangor area for over 40 years with towing, flatbed recovery, lockouts, and jump starts, fully licensed and insured. Call 942-4200. Also brought to you by Hidden Meadows. Golf season is here. Hidden Meadows Golf Course is open just 10 minutes north of Bangor. You can enjoy a beautiful 9-hole course, a driving range, and a fully stocked golf shop. Plan your round today at hiddenmeadowsgolf.com. Jackson Sock Basin digging in here. 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up. Watches that one miss down and away for ball 1.
So he has thrown 9 pitches that are judged balls out of 40-something, right? 42.
That one catches the zone for a strike. Yeah, as you mentioned, the Crusaders starting to take advantage of that, knowing he's going to be around the plate. That one's punched to second, going down to make a sprawling stop there. and get the out at first as another run comes home. Good play made by Braden Pooler to limit it to just the one run as Pendergast scores from third.
Yeah, nice play there by Pooler. Shapley hit ball to his left, had to run or head over toward first base to make the stop, and really didn't have much of a play. If the ball had hit maybe a little slower, he might have been able to turn and go to second, but took the sure out at first, and now one out, but still 2 runners in scoring position.
Showing bunt, trying to squeeze one home there as off with the pitch from third base was the runner. Boudreau was about 10 feet away from home plate when that one was fouled off. Lewis now at second, Boudreau at third. Still only one down in the inning. Crusaders on top by 2 and looking for more. That pitch misses high. Churchard, his first time up in the second inning, singled, he stole a base and eventually came around to score. Out in front of that one, chopping it to third. Runner's coming home. That's where the throw is, and it will be waiting for Boudreau. Tag applied at the dish by Jordan for the second out here in the third.
Yeah, good job there by Coleman Welch, the third baseman for Ellsworth there. He could see the runner just to his right as he was fielding the ball and knew he had plenty of time to make the play at the plate. Just had to make an accurate throw, and he did to Caleb Jordan for the tag out.
Unfolding right in front of him as Pangburn watches the pitch upstairs for ball one. Looking at that replay as we take a look at live events coming up this week on 92.9 The Ticket, America East Tournament right now on the airwaves, possibly tomorrow as well. We'll get you another update on the main score there. They would have to lose 2 games today in order to not have a game tomorrow, as that one is foul tipped defensively by Pangburn at the dish. Red Sox and Twins opening a weekend series at Fenway tomorrow night. Possibly Maine baseball on Saturday. That's if they were to make it to the America East Championship game. Red Sox and Twins move into the afternoon on Saturday.
Top of the 7th and 1 out, and Maine leading 5-4 now.
Clinging to a 1-run lead are the Black Bears. As mentioned in that last play at the dish here, it was kind of a foregone conclusion as it's lined into left field. Pangburn with another hit for John Bapst in this inning. Coming home to score is Cooper Lewis. And it's now 4-1 Bapst over Ellsworth. Have another look. Pangburn serving it into left field.
Yeah, clutch 2-out hit there. Jumped on the one pitch and lined it sharply into left field. And pretty productive inning here for the Crusaders.
Bodie Phillips, the 8th man to bat in the inning for John Bapst.
5 hits in the inning.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
But you see John Bapst, I was going to mention before, John Bapst in their 5 losses this year, they've been shut out 4 times and scored 6 runs in the other game, a 13-6 loss to Old Town. So that's kind of maybe where you see the small ball element being used today is just a way to push base runners ahead, force the defense to make plays, and give yourself a chance to make contact.
Runners taken off as that one is popped up. Foul territory. Barry trying to get over there. Might have overrun it. He did. And it falls in between Barry and the right fielder, Joey Beal.
Yeah, Beal may have had the best shot at it, but again, you mentioned the room in foul territory here compared to most high school fields. So it's not a scenario they're used to chasing the ball that far in terms of going after those foul balls.
1-2 the count here on Bodie Phillips. Baps backstop, digging back in. Curtis trying to get out of the inning. And that one's upstairs.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings for Curtis, but nothing but contact here in the third.
5 singles for John Bapst in this inning. 3 runs plated so far. Still looking for more. 2-2 from Curtis. Here it is. Runners take off, but Phillips a swing and a miss. Throw down to third doesn't matter because that is the third out of the inning, but it is a big third inning For the John Bapst Crusaders, they put up a 3 spot, and after 3, they lead by 3. 4-1 Crusaders over Eagles on Ticket TV.
Have a painful tooth or an entire mouthful of teeth? Mid-Coast Denture Design now offers tooth extractions in both Ellsworth and Brewer. Get your teeth pulled and immediate dentures placed right in our office. Quick, convenient, and comfortable. Let denturist Lindsay Young and her staff create immediate dentures for you, all in one location. Mid-Coast Denture Design, the go-to in Bangor and Ellsworth for dentures and tooth extraction services. Because everyone deserves an awesome smile. Visit midcoastdenturedesignmaine.com.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
There's no reason to be overwhelmed. We can help you through it.
we're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
Back here at the Winkin Complex at Husson University, John Baps now in front 4-1. After scoring 4 runs their last 2 times up, Aiden Willett with some run support to work with now as he throws his final warm-up toss, and we are ready for the top of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Eagles in the top of the 4th will be the right fielder, Joey Beal. He struck out looking back in the 2nd.
A long way to go, but this would be a huge win for John Baps. They are holding the last playoff berth in Class B North right now, the 10th position, just ahead of Presque Isle. Presque Isle, the 11th seed, they're 4-6. John Baps and Presque Isle split a doubleheader. Might have been last weekend, actually.
First pitch here. Missing upstairs.
Well, that had to sit down for quite a while there in the bottom of the 3rd as his team was scoring 3 runs.
Lowers that one just enough to catch the top of the zone.
Curtis has walked nobody. Well, that is walked just 1.
One-two pitch, getting a piece of it is Beal to stay alive. Seven, 8, 9 here in the top of the 4th inning for Ellsworth. Beal lays off that one down and away. Beal, Jordan, and Welch. If anyone reaches, the lineup flips over to Haskell. Ooh, going for the barehanded stab. Almost made the play.
Yeah.
Smacking it down with the palm over there. The Eagle third base coach and calmly flipping it back to Willett.
Well, he would have had plenty of time to pick the ball off the ground and throw it to first. Got to him.
Another 2-2, and that one just missing. Beal, a nice at-bat to battle back and run the count full.
Just a second 3-ball count by Willett.
Here's the payoff pitch to the leadoff hitter for Ellsworth in the 4th inning. Out in front of that one, sending it a ways down the left field line, but foul. Ooh. Off the wall, in fact. Beal really put a charge into that ball, about 10 feet to the left of the foul pole.
Yeah, you look out at the flagpole in center field. It's pretty much
there's a breeze out there,
but it's blowing kind of straight out towards center field rather than left. That was a shot.
Well, we can attest, Ernie. There's a breeze out there.
Yes. You stood out in it long enough. Oh boy.
That one misses upstairs, so after putting a charge into the ball, Beal patiently works the walk to lead off the 4th inning for Ellsworth.
Good job by Beal there. 8-pitch at-bat. Get on base, and that's what Ellsworth needs is base runners here, down a couple of runs.
Well, they've got the right guys at the dish for it. Caleb Jordan and Coleman Welch on deck. They each singled in the 2nd inning.
Oh.
Taken off at first on a late break was Beal.
I almost fell down. He was kind of stuck in the mud there for a minute, but it's probably just as well that the ball was fouled off because he might have been thrown out at second.
Good piece of protecting there from Caleb Jordan. Don't forget about the local shows, the Morning Roast. Taking you to work, weekdays 6 to 8 a.m. The guys will be there tomorrow morning in the studio and the drive, even though we haven't really been there this week because of the American East Baseball Tournament and Ticket TV action. Normally, there with you weekdays 4 to 6 p.m.
Do we have a shot at being with them tomorrow? Depending on what happens?
If Maine were to win this game and then play tomorrow at 1, I think so. Throw down, and this time Beal's diving into the bag, safe with a steal. Got a better jump there, and the big right fielder, Joey Beal, into scoring position with nobody out.
Second stolen base for the Eagles. Nice work there by Beal. I think maybe he tried to fool us with the near fall there on the previous stolen base attempt because he got a good jump and beat a good throw by Phillips.
Going after the 1-1 and fouling it straight back is Jordan. Yeah, I think if the Black Bears, if they were to win this game and then they play tomorrow at 1, so that would certainly give us a window to have the show. Come on after that game. That being said, I don't really know what the turnaround would look like then. Would they be going right to another game at, say, 5 as a swing and a miss there from Jordan? And he goes down swinging for the first out of the 4th.
4th strikeout. I would think that they would have the kind of that championship round on the weekend.
It is, yeah. I just mean if they were to, say, lose tomorrow's game at 1.
Okay.
Because it is a double elimination setting.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be their. You're saying if that's their first loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably have to play another game on Friday, is my guess.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'd have to go through a 4-team scenario.
Taking off for third. Here's the runner showing bunt and dropping it down is Welch up the first base line. Sock Basin just running alongside him. I think Welch might have eventually left the base path there. It's a sack bunt, but now with 2 down in the inning, Beal down to third.
Not a bad play. Actually, Beal had a good jump. He went with the pitch from second base, had a good jump there on his way to third. Might have beaten it anyways, but again, Willett, a very good athlete out there on the mound. He's not going to be beaten on a play like that to make the tag. I mentioned Aiden Willett, a 3 or 4 year starter at quarterback for the Crusaders.
Evan Haskell, leadoff hitter for the Eagles, trying to bring that runner home from third base now with 2 down. He's 1 for 2 today, singled and scored in the first inning.
Crusaders had a great year on the football field last year, went 9-1.
Yeah, the 2026 Ticket Awards, the fall season categories just went up today, and they are one of the 2 options to vote on for the high school football team of the year.
Yeah, they had a great year. Wound up losing to Winslow in the Class D North Championship game. But they finished the regular season undefeated in the division. It's tough because they don't have a feeder program.
Yeah.
I mean, a true feeder program. They have kids that played football, but you never know who you're going to get necessarily.
2-1 on its way. That is ripped and fair inside the bag at third, down the left field line. It brings home the run, and it's going to be extra bases here for Haskell as he goes sliding into second with a 2-out RBI double.
Sharply hit ball there by Haskell, and Beal did a nice job to get to third base in the half inning, scores easily. And now Haskell in scoring position with some of the better hitters for the Eagles coming up right now. So they'd like to think about tying the game or getting closer here right now. Down 2.
Dawson Curtis trying to help himself out here. Curtis at the dish, 0 for 2. Grounded out 3-1 in the first inning. Popped out to left in the second. Willett nearing 70 pitches here in the top of the fourth with 2 out. (2-0) the count on the batter. Swinging away and just getting a piece of it is Curtis. Coverage today on Ticket TV brought to you in part by Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, offering custom blind, shades, drapery, and outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. Also brought to you in part by Hannaford and Bucksport. Support local student athletes this spring with Hannaford Bucksport, proud to cheer on their community teams and help make their season a success. Hannaford, proud to be part of the community. Also brought to you by Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years with luxury recliners and an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. 2-1 to Curtis. Puts a charge into this one out to center field, but right there lining it up and making the grab for the final out of the inning is Colby Haggerty. Eagles leave one, but they get one back, and through 3.5, John Bapst in front, 4-2 on Ticket TV.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed. No. We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
At the wink, moving to the bottom of the fourth inning, Crusaders looking to add to their lead. Ellsworth just got one back to make it a 4-2 contest. Dawson Curtis back out there on the mound. Senior southpaw getting ready for another inning of action here on Ticket TV. As you take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule, we'll be at Coffin Field and Brewer tomorrow night for some... Is that baseball or softball? It is, in fact, softball. Edward Little taking on the Brewer Witches, and softball under the lights at 7. And then next week, back over there at Hedrick Field, Brewer against Messalonsky on Tuesday. Baseball and softball at 7 o'clock. So a couple of games simultaneously coming your way on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we'll be at Mansfield for the Rams taking on the Hamden Academy Broncos.
Saw the Hamden and Bangor baseball teams play a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago now. Good competitive game over at Bordick Park. Bangor with the victory, 12-7. Both teams having a good year. Bangor may be back in number 1.
Are they?
It might be. I think I saw that this morning. Hamden is a top 5 team in the division as well. Pretty young club.
Aiden Willett leading off here for the Crusaders, leading off for the third time in 4 innings in this ball game, behind 0-2, and now he goes down swinging for the third time tonight. 1 up, 1 down on 3 pitches. I'll bring up Colby Haggerty. He has liked his time at the dish so far tonight against Dawson Curtis. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. He's got a stolen base and a run scored.
He has not been fooled. 7 strikeouts now for Curtis. No walks.
Yeah, been a bit of a funny game for him where he's kept batters off balance except for the third inning when they were making contact with him. Did allow 2 hits in the first, but was able to get out of the inning with 3 strikeouts. He's given up 2 singles in the first, a single in the second, also had a runner reach on an error, and then 5 singles last inning from Crusader batters as Haggerty goes after that pitch upstairs, but gets a piece of it.
Just 62 pitches, which is not a lot considering all the strikeouts he's had early on. Again, he hasn't thrown many pitches outside the strike zone.
Yeah, a lot of action in this game, but as you were kind of commenting on in that last inning when John Baps went up the first 2 frames and saw that he was around the plate, I think they got the message of just stick the bat out there. You're going to run into it.
Go up hacking, yeah, indeed. Paid off for him. 3 runs on 5 hits.
Ticket TV brought to you in part by Hartford's Auto Service. Complete auto repair for all makes and models. Over 30 years of experience at 62 Liberty Drive in Herman. Haggerty again trying to protect. Off-speed pitch popped up. Curtis calls off everybody and makes the catch. A step into foul territory over the first base line.
Yeah, this is kind of an inning that Curtis needs if he can finish it off here after facing 8 batters in the last inning. Bottom of the third when John Baps kind of broke through against him.
A Pendergast also 2 for 2 today as we take a look at the Ellsworth High School profile. Pendergast swinging at the first pitch and grounding it foul outside of third. Enrollment of 553. Josh Frost, the AD. Daniel Clifford, the principal for the Eagles. And did you know that around 1900, Ellsworth Falls became known as the barrel stave capital of Maine? Local mills produce huge quantities of barrel staves, wooden strips used to make barrels for trades downriver.
So they didn't make the barrels, but they made
just the staves.
Yeah.
Out in front of that one, swinging and missing, and now ditching the shin guard after whiffing on that last pitch.
I would think at some point it wouldn't have taken too long for him to figure out if they're going to build the staves, they might as well build the whole barrel afterwards. It's not that complicated.
Ditch the shin guard, now off with the elbow guard. Pendergrass free swinging here, down in the count, 0-2. And he fouls that one off. Room to roam after it for Barry down the line. But maybe running out of room.
Well, the Crusaders should know that Curtis is right around the plate, so maybe they're not worried about getting hit by a pitch, or at least Pendergast isn't.
Here's that John Baps School profile. Enrollment of 516. Dan O'Connell, the AD. Jason O'Reilly, principal and head baseball coach. Did you know John Graham came to Bangor in 1902 to unite the trolley lines and later transformed the company into Bangor Hydroelectric by 1925. Comes for trolley lines and turns himself into an electricity magnate. Chopper on the infield, diving stab at third, to his feet, long throw in time. Great play made at third base by Coleman Welch to end the bottom of the 4th inning. Through 4 here on Ticket TV in Bangor. John Baps 4, Eagles 2.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Black Bear fans, Maine football season tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets at goblackbears.com/tickets or by calling the ticket office at 581-BEAR. That's 581-2327.
Have you tried the new Happy Hour specials at Uno Pizzeria and Grill?
Just $6 gets you cheesy garlic bread, mozzarella sticks, buffalo chicken quesadillas, cheeseburger sliders, and much more. Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., 9 to close, and all day Sundays. Don't forget about the dough raiser at Uno's. Schedule a dough raiser for your local fundraiser and earn up to 25% of event sales. Contact your local Uno Pizzeria in Bangor for more details at 725 Stillwater Avenue and place your orders at 947-5000 and unos.com.
2020.
On Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market. If you're craving something fun and delicious, Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Harlow Street in Bangor has boba, snacks, ramen, Jamaican patties, plus boba energy drinks exclusively at Brewer on Wilson Street next to Hannaford. The Bangor location is open Sunday through Wednesday, 11-8. Swinging bunt there on a check swing. Throw to first, too high. Legging out an infield single is Jackson Berry. He's got his second hit of the game to go with a sac fly. Take another look at the excuse me swing single.
Yeah, it just took, just a little long to make the throw. He knew he was going to have to put something on it, and the half second it took to get that extra something on it was enough for Berry to beat it out.
Vines fouling one off to the left. 0 for 1 with a walk back in the first inning.
It's kind of interesting to watch this game, though. And again, you think about all the potential that the artificial turf provides for a lot of hard-hit ground balls, yet there have been a lot of choppers and bunts and that have played significant roles here.
Berry diving back into the bag.
Just puts pressure on the defense because you've got to take pretty much every scenario into account.
0-1, Berry off of the pitch, swing and a miss, and drop back there. No play down at second. Berry in with his second stolen base of the game.
Gets into scoring position here early in the inning. Still nobody out. 0-2 count against the batter.
2 steals for Berry, 3 for the Eagles as a team. A lot of running in this game.
A lot of room on the right side of the infield.
0-2 to Vines, chops one to shortstop, fielded there. Pangburns only plays to first where he gets the out. Down to third goes Berry with 1 down. Braden Pooler now the batter, 1 for 2. He ripped a single in the first. Grounded out to third his last time up. Pooler swinging away, lining that one towards right center. It'll get down for a hit. An RBI single as Berry comes trotting home from third base, and the Eagles back within a run at 4-3.
Yeah, trying to come back 1 run at a time here. With single runs in the 4th and the 5th. Another solid at-bat for Braden Pooler, the freshman, lofting that out to right center field. Nothing that the center fielder Haggerty could do to get to the ball in time to make the catch.
Porter Merrill watches the first pitch down and in for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 today. Strikeout in the first, fly out to left in the third.
8 hits now for Ellsworth in the contest. It's been a good active game.
Taking off at first is the runner, showing bunt, dropping it down up the third base line, but that one will dip foul.
That's too bad because the bunt almost wasn't necessary. It looked like Pooler had a great jump and would have gotten a second, but not the foul ball. Or but for the foul ball.
1-1 the count on Merrill. We'll head up to 76 pitches as he gets ready for this delivery. Once again taken off, and that one kind of skipped in, so no throw down at second. Another swipe here in the inning for the Eagles.
Both these teams aggressive on the base paths. 4 stolen bases for John Baps, and now 3 for the Ellsworth Eagles.
I've got him for 4.
Yeah, you probably do. I probably haven't caught up to it.
Missing outside there, and now ahead in the count is Porter Merrill, 3-1, so he can look for a pitch to drive here with the potential tying run and scoring position in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, 4 for Ellsworth.
Berry with 2, Pooler with 1, and Joey Beal with 1 as well. There's the 3-1, and that one's off the edge for ball 4. Merrill on for the first time today, and now 2 on with 1 out for Joey Beal.
It's a third walk for Aiden Willett. He's up around 80 pitches.
Beal, his last time up, walked, stole second, and eventually came around to score on the RBI double by Evan Haskell. Now chatting things over before the at-bat. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by North Star Waste and Recycling. Remodeling or tackling a big project, North Star Waste and Recycling in Brewer has you covered. Roll-offs for homes, front loads for businesses. Call 989-4000 or visit 198 Dirigo Drive. North Star Waste and Recycling, dependable, on time, every time. Beal in there, ready for the first offering from Willett. And he watches it sail high for ball 1. That was the 80th pitch for the Crusaders starter.
Not a bad idea by Beal to take a strike here where Willett's thrown a few in a row outside of the zone.
Swinging away at the 1-0, popping it up off a third, heading towards that top of the John Bapst dugout, and it lands on there. Scaring our camera operator. Sydney Hurst, not sure she was tracking that one off the bat based on the spook it gave her when it came slamming down on the roofing.
I'm not sure she saw it until she heard it come down. So it should be ready for the next one.
1-1 the count here to Beal. Missing outside. Call Novus Auto Glass today at 945-6688 to get your windshield repaired or replaced. Today's game also brought to you by Lloyd's Family Market in Old Town on Gilman Falls Avenue. Stop by for a fresh sandwich, pizza, or Chester's Chicken. You can also find them on DoorDash and Grubhub. Big swing and a miss there by Beal. He was ahead in the count briefly 2-1, but now even at 2-2.
Good battle here between Willett and Beal.
Two. Swing and a miss. Willett comes back to get the K. 2 down now in the inning.
Yeah, came a little extra there against Beal. Fastball up in the strike zone, and Beal couldn't catch up to it. And now it's just a matter of Willett facing the batter here, Caleb Jordan, to try to get out of this inning unscathed.
5 strikeouts in the game for Willett. Third swinging, and now Caleb Jordan, 1 for 2 with a single. He went down swinging his last time up and watches the first pitch through for strike 1.
Willett has had 1 strikeout in each of the first 5 innings.
Long couple of looks at second. Now the 0-1. Hit in the air out towards center field. Calling for it off the bat. Tracking is Haggerty. Camps out underneath it and makes the catch. Ellsworth strands 2. They do get 1. 1 run closer. And after 4.5, it's John Bapst 4, Ellsworth 3 on Ticket TV.
2025 was an outstanding year of growth for Next Home Experience, and it happened because of you. We appreciate everyone who trusted us to help you buy or sell your next home. Here's to an even bigger 2026. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
My name's Mia, and McDonald's is helping me earn my degree. Through Archways to Opportunity, I can work and take college classes while receiving help with tuition payments. It's more than a job, it's my future. Apply today.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you, and with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities, and right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
Lefty cleanup hitter Ian Boudreau leading off the bottom of the 5th inning here for the John Bapst Crusaders. Boudreau 1 for 2 with an RBI single his last time up in the 3rd inning, part of that big third for John Bapst where they had 5 singles and scored 3 times. Our coverage this afternoon brought to you by the Coach House Restaurant and Brewer for homestyle cooking, just homemade desserts and experience-friendly staff. It's the Coach House, takeout available at 457 Wilson Street in Brewer and online at thecoachhouserestaurant.com. 1-1 on its way, and that one caught a piece of the bat.
No, it hit the bat, didn't it?
Yeah, you could hear the contact made, and then the immediate reaction of Boudreau looking disappointed a little bit, catching it off the nub. And now behind 1-2, Curtis quickly with a delivery, fly towards center field, and there to make the catch on the sinking liner for the first out of the inning is Porter Merrill.
Sounded like it hit the end of the bat, but hung up there long enough for it to be a routine catch for Merrill in center field.
1 up, 1 down for Cooper Lewis. He singled and scored in that 3rd inning.
That's 5 in a row now by retired by Curtis after the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for either team in the bottom of the 4th.
Our coverage here is also brought to you in part by Maine Athletics. And Ernie, you had a score update while we were during the break. Maine had, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. They needed 2 defensive outs to win that game and keep moving on through the winner's bracket of the America East Championship.
Up 5-4 against UMBC.
One of those other UMs.
Yeah. Tying run on second base now. They had a stolen base for UMBC.
Two and 2 here to Cooper Lewis. Missing. The count runs full.
Brennan Rumpf is on to pitch for, actually he's pitched for 3 innings in relief for UMaine. He's a native Mainer.
And missing downstairs for ball 4. Good at bat by Lewis. Working a 6-pitch walk to break up some of that momentum that Curtis was operating with.
Yeah, his first walk of the game.
Jackson Sockbasin now at the dish. 0 for 2 on the day, but he did pick up an RBI on a ground out to second base in that big 3rd inning. Watch as the first one missed down and in for ball 1. Goslin's Bakery at 334 Harlow Street in Bangor is open 7 days a week. You can grab a breakfast sandwich or one of their legendary donuts or pastries made since 1945. Also check out their bakery and deli in Brewer. They have the runner picked off at first, throw over to first, now down to second, and they get Lewis on the attempted steal. So prior to that, base runners today had been 8 for 8 in the stolen base department, right, Ernie?
Yes, indeed. 4 for each team. Yep, nice play there. That's a big base runner to get off the base pass of your Ellsworth, a tying run. Instead, there's now
just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning here.
Yeah, Maine, by the way, is 1 out away. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Tying run on second base for UMBC.
Curtis gets that strike. Well, scoreboard must have been off by a strike because strike was called, but not out of the inning quite yet. Here's the delivery from Curtis, and that one is ripped into right center field. Sockbasin turning on the Jets now. I don't think he saw that one get by the right fielder initially. He holds up at second with a 2-out double. Sock Basin was cruising into the bag over there at first. I think that ball was kind of trapped in the shadow out there in the right center field gap.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be just a kind of fairly routine play out there in right field. Can't see it, but it gets past the right fielder, Joey Bio, and he has to go chase it down. And Sock Basin in scoring position, but now there are 2 outs.
That illustrates just how big that caught stealing was. Crusaders could have had a big insurance run there to go up by 2. Instead, they've got to play Sock Basin now in order to do that. Churchard at the dish. 1 for 2. He singled, stole a base, and scored back in the second. And now we got a meeting here on the mound. 1-0 the count. Curtis coming off the mound to meet his coach.
His dad.
Looks like the discussion is more with the infielders potentially here. Maybe a defensive alignment.
I believe it's over. Bottom 9th, 3 outs.
Yeah, that would mean that the frame is over, methinks.
Maine 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. UMBC 4 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. And it looks like we have a pinch runner for John Baps.
Did not catch the number on the way out to the bag. 33, we're being told. 33 would be Nate Lewis.
Nate Lewis.
Junior pinch running out there at second base. Crusaders wanting to plate that insurance run here as they're staring down. Just 6 defensive outs needed for a big victory. Extended look by Curtis back there. Now he delivers and almost plunks the batter. Churchard has to go spinning out of the way. Two 2-0 the count on the batter. And now 3-0.
Time for Churchard to take at least 1 strike here. Although it might be tempting out there, the bid to keep the base runner close at seconds, drawing both middle infielders toward the base, creating a lot of space.
And grabbing a good bit of Curtis's attention too. A couple of checks and now the delivery, and that one's pumped in for a strike. Three and 1 here to the number 7 hitter in the lineup for the Crusaders. Churchard looking for a pitch to drive. He gets it, but pops it up on the infield. Calling for it at second base. Squeezing it for the final out of the bottom of the 5th. Braden Pooler. Crusaders strand that runner, and through 5. They cling to a 1-run lead. 4-3 over Ellsworth on Ticket TV.
Darlings in Bangor is hiring experienced Ford technicians. We've solved the 2 biggest challenges in the industry, warranty time and flat rate. At Darlings, you'll have guaranteed hours, retail time for warranty, and unlimited earning potential. We offer up to $40 an hour plus incentives, generous PTO, full benefits, and a climate-controlled shop. Apply today at darlings.com. You'll do better at Darlings.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
It's the game tomorrow.
For the past 10 years, Next Home Experience has grown because of you. Every buyer, seller, and referral helped build who we are today, and your milestones became our memories. The future is even bigger. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
My name's Mia, and McDonald's is helping me earn my degree. Through Archways to Opportunity, I can work and take college classes while receiving help with tuition payments. It's more than a job, it's my future. Apply today.
Back here at the Wink, Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Bennett Auto Center. You can experience the Bennett Auto Center difference at 99 Thatcher Street in Bangor, online at BennettAutoCenter.com. Also brought to you by the Fitch Company, electrical and control systems engineers, field technicians, designers, and drafters, all ready to tackle complex projects. Visit FitchCompany.com. We were just doing some math during the break because the Maine Black Bears victorious again. 2 straight wins in the America East Conference Championship, so they are off until tomorrow at 1, playing in the winner's bracket. If Maine wins that game, they are straight through to the America East Conference Championship coming up on Saturday, and at that point would they have to be beaten twice, or is the championship round is still double elimination?
If they win the 1 o'clock game against Binghamton tomorrow, that would leave them at as the only undefeated team left in the tournament. Binghamton would then play the loser of tonight's elimination game between UMBC and UMass Lowell.
Ripped to third on a line, but caught there. Coleman Welch, hard hit, but an out to begin the 6th inning. L5 in the scorecard. So Maine plays tomorrow at 1. If they lose that game, they have to turn right back around and play an elimination game at 5. But yeah, I guess that's good to know, because I know some of those tournaments, they like to be double elimination until you get to that championship game to save time, but
that's kind of good. A lot of times that's when it's a 6-team tournament.
Yeah. Off the end of the bat, it sounded like, popped up behind second base, and that's going to find a soft spot there in shallow center field, dipping down, and Evan Haskell has his 3rd hit of the game. When you're going good, that's how it goes. 3 for 4. He's got a double, an RBI, and a run scored. And he now represents the potential tying run on the base paths for Dawson Curtis.
We're starting to wind down the innings here. We're in the 6th. We'll see how aggressive Ellsworth is about getting Haskell into scoring position.
Bluff over to first base.
Not a bunt situation with Curtis up, certainly, and with 1 out.
Curtis 0 for 3 at the dish today. Grounded out first to the pitcher. Taken off is Haskell at first. Throw down, almost got the back of Wallet's head. That was offline. Not sure it would have mattered anyways, as Haskell had that one stolen rather easily. And he's into scoring position with 1 down.
Yeah, no surprise there that they would take a chance to get Haskell into scoring position. They are now, 5 of 5 stealing bases.
Want to know the count on the batter, Curtis. Chops that one foul up the first base line.
Or at least 5 total. I don't think they've had anybody thrown out.
Here's a look at the recent results. Upcoming schedule for the Eagles. Couple run rule wins over Caribou, 10-0 and 18-0. And then coming up on Saturday, the trip up to Presque Isle. Doubleheader.
Presque Isle 4 and 6. And coming off a split with John Baps not long ago.
1-1 bounces in there, gets away from the catcher, and down to third goes Haskell. So the tying run now just 90 feet away.
Wild pitch by Willette.
Whether playing or watching, baseball can work up quite an appetite. That's when it's time for Pat's Pizza on Main Road in Hamden. Just give them a call at 947-6488 or visit patspizzahamden.com.
After that trip to the county,
Curtis lifts the arms over one off the inside corner and is ahead 3-1.
Big game for Ellsworth next Tuesday against the Herman Hawks, who have moved into the top 3 or 4 of the division in Class B North. That's followed by a game on Thursday, the 28th, at Old Town, and finally the regular season finale on Tuesday, the 2nd of June, against MDI, who has now moved up to 4th place in the division. They've come on strong here, so a lot of heel points there for Ellsworth as they try to fend off the likes of Coney for the number 1 spot in the division.
Curtis rips the 3-2 pitch to first base, snagged there by Sockbasin. He tagged the bag. Sprinting home was Haskell off contact, and he ties up this game at 4. So Curtis, a hard hit RBI ground out. Sockbasin got the out and then fired home. It was pretty close at home. You wonder what it would have been like if he just came home to begin with, but took the easy out.
What I couldn't tell was at what point did Haskell make a full dash for the plate, because sock basin when he caught the ball. Once he realized he had it because it was hit so hard, he had some time to kind of look the runner back to third, but went straight for the base. Largely went straight for the base, and Haskell was able to score, and we're all tied up at 4.
Jackson Berry 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. He's also stolen 2 bases. He had a sac fly back in the first inning, so working on a good day out of the 3-hole, but down here, nothing in 2. Now tied here in the top of the 6th inning. Next pitch will be the 100th of the evening for Willette. The 0-2 to Berry, a bender, and he grounds it wide to third. Here's a look at the John Baps recent schedule, and you see one of those wins over Presque Isle, 10-3. Also a big win at Foxcroft, 12-1. They're at Old Town on Saturday, and then they host Waterville coming up next Tuesday.
They follow that up with the games at MDI and home against Foxcroft to close out the season. So got some point-worthy games against Old Town and MDI. Waterville not in the playoff hunt, but would like to get there if they could knock off John Baps. So that's an important game as well. All comes to a head in about, what's today? Today's Thursday? About a week from today.
1-2. Off-speed pitch, stays upstairs and evens the count at 2-2.
Ellsworth has scored a run in each of the last 3 innings to rally for the tie after.
Charge into that one out to left field, turning around and watching it fly, and that ball is out of here. Jackson Berry, a go-ahead solo home run in the top of the 6th inning, and the Eagles now in front, 5-4.
That's a blast there. Really a no-doubter for Jackson Berry. Again, the wind playing a little bit of a factor, but that was muscled out of here by the senior.
Once you saw the reaction of Churchard when he turned and got on his horse and then realized he was running out of real estate.
Yeah.
That ball was flying out of here.
He was running out of room in a hurry because he knew he had to get back as far as he possibly could to prevent it, but that cleared the fence by, a few feet.
Jackson Berry today, 3 for 3 now with the home run, 2 stolen bases. He's got a couple RBI and 2 runs scored, and his Eagles have flipped the script. They have just slowly but surely cut away at this deficit since falling behind 4-1. A run at a time, and now lead at 5-4.
Just methodical in the way that they've gone about this. And you mentioned Jackson Berry. He's actually been up 4 times, but the 4th time was a sacrifice fly to produce a run in the first inning. So every at-bat has been very productive by the senior.
Vines hits that one on the line to short off the glove of Pangburn. Oh, he doesn't know it. Vines stopped running. Throw over to first. He dives in, and the throw beats him by half a step. Oh, Gunnar Vines can't believe it. He had stopped running, and he had turned his back, even took a step or 2 off the baseline towards the dugout at first, which allowed Pangburn the time because look at him. He spills out there. He's in a full split. And then he picks up the ball, fires a strike over to first, and just gets Vines by a couple of inches beyond his outstretched fingertips. A wild stretch to a half inning where the Eagles take the lead through 5.5 at the Wink. Ellsworth 5, Crusaders 4 on Ticket TV.
You ever wish you could rewind everything and press play one more time? Back to when connections meant something, when we played to just play, and adventures started with nowhere to be and all day to get there. Somewhere along the way, we got stuck in fast forward. We forgot to hit pause and see that the open road to everything we miss is actually right in front of us. Find your open road with Harvey RV and Marine, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
2025 was an outstanding year of growth for Next Home Experience, and it happened because of you. We appreciate everyone who trusted us to help you buy or sell your next home. Here's to an even bigger 2026. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Back here in Bangor on Ticket TV. All right, Jackson, you hit the go-ahead home run. Now go pitch. Go see this thing through. That is what the Ellsworth Eagles are saying to Jackson Berry as he and Dawson Curtis have swapped spots on the diamond. Curtis over to first, Berry to the bump, and Ellsworth with the lead, 5-4 as we turn to the bottom of the sixth on Ticket TV. Coverage brought to you in part by Bangor Tire Company. From a lawnmower to a skidder, Bangor Tire has you covered since 1927. Visit 514 Colebrook Road in Herman or BangorTire.com. Also brought to you by The Growing Place and Polish, helping families grow for less while polishing your home for a fraction of retail costs. Check them out first, check them out often. Do Green. Sustainability is always trending at 1221 Broadway and 548 Hammond Street in Bangor. Gotta wonder what the adrenaline's like for Barry out there on the bump now after smashing the go-ahead home run. Don't forget to follow Ticket TV on social media, sports.net.maine on TikTok, 92.9 The Ticket on Facebook, 929 The Ticket on Instagram. And for homestyle cooking just like Mom makes, visit the Farmer's Table. You can find them at 15 Stetson Road in Corinna. Due up for the Crusaders here in the bottom of the sixth. 8-9-1 in the order. Pangburn, Phillips, before it flips over to Willett. Pangburn on the day is reached both times. 1 for 2 officially with a single. He reached on an error in the second. He's got a stolen base and an RBI to his credit. First pitch from Barry pumped in for a strike. 0-1, painting the black again, and nothing in 2.
Curtis, 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts.
Pangburn watches that one miss upstairs for ball 1.
Pitch count was up around 90 for Curtis.
Wave and a miss at an off-speed pitch there. Pangburn well out in front of it. And into the game with a K is Barry.
Yeah, he's throwing largely hard stuff. A pretty big kid out there. Creates some velocity issues for the Crusaders. Curtis had been mixing his pitches in terms of speed quite a bit. More gas here right now from Barry.
Different look out there to be sure. Phillips at the dish so far today, 0 for 2. A pop out to first and a strikeout swinging. Quickly down here, nothing in 2.
Yeah, you're looking at a right-hander now too. Curtis the left-hander.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Check swing, just getting a piece to foul it off. Again with the 0-2. And that one misses too tall. One and 2 to the number 9 hitter for the Crusaders. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barry, and there are 2 down in the 6th. Lineup turns over to Aiden Willett. He has fanned his first 3 times up tonight.
Well, Crusaders have the batters they want up now, top of the order. Maybe with 2 outs in the 6th, they're going to have the heart of their order up in the 7th, most likely.
Willett ahead 2-0.
Ellsworth scored 43 runs in their last 3 games. 2 wins over Caribou, 1 over Foxglove. Not as much offense today, just kind of manufacturing single runs at a time for the most part.
Willett ahead here 3-0. Chance to be patient. Barry catches the zone for strike one. Haggerty on deck. He's got a couple of hits today. Ticket TV, always free, live, and on demand. Popped up off of first. Curtis ranges over. He makes the catch. Barry into the game for a 1-2-3 sixth inning. We head to the seventh. Ellsworth in front by 1 on Ticket TV.
From school drop-off to holiday road trips, your family deserves to feel safe, no matter the conditions. And at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer, they'll help you find the best all-weather tires for your vehicle and any commute. With the best selection of all-weather tires in the Bangor area, Twin City Tire also offers the lowest prices on new tires, guaranteed. Save on new tires now, or get ahead and schedule your winter tire swap today at Twin City Tire and Service, proud sponsor of the Maine Black Bears. 609 Wilson Street, Brewer.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. DeansDetailing.com.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
For the past 10 years, Next Home Experience has grown because of you. Every buyer, seller, and referral helped build who we are today. And your milestones became our memories. The future is even bigger. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Back here on Ticket TV, we head to the seventh inning, and still Willett out there on the mound for the Crusaders. You see the Eagles just chipping away at that deficit after falling behind 4-1. 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. Jackson Berry with the huge blast, a go-ahead solo home run, and Ellsworth on top, 5-4.
Yeah, it's been a good game, good quality game. Baps coming up. They've had a lot of chances they've had a lot of runners on base. Stranded 7 here, so they've had their chances to add to their early lead.
Braden Pooler leading off for the Eagles here in the top of the seventh inning.
It was 3-1 through 3 innings, but pretty good job by Curtis of limiting further damage, and that has allowed he and his teammates to rally from behind in piecemeal fashion here.
Braden Pooler working on a good day at the dish. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Also has an RBI and a stolen base. See the pitch count for Willett north of 100 as Pooler hits that one on the line to third, and it is squeezed right in the palm of the glove over there at third base by Cooper Lewis.
It's pretty impressive that he was able to maintain possession where it hit. Like it hit on
yeah, it didn't look like it was webbing at all.
No, it was below that on the meat of the hand in the glove, but was able to maintain control for the first out of the inning.
Porter Merrill walked his last time up in the fifth, 0 for 2 officially today, lining that one just wide of third base on the foul side. A 1 on its way, missing outside. Well, some pretty shocking news that I just saw during the break while we were away. NASCAR icon Kyle Busch dead at 41.
Didn't say anything in terms of cause or anything, huh?
And that illness is the only thing I'm seeing out there.
Yeah, I had seen something this morning that they had announced that he would not be racing this weekend, but didn't go to that depth.
Merrill has his first hit of the game, lining it into right center field. A one-out base runner here for the Eagles in the top of the seventh.
Former NASCAR champion between the Cup Series, the what's known as the O'Reilly Series now. I always call it the Busch Series, and the Truck Series. He's one of the most prolific winners in NASCAR history. And hasn't been doing well lately. Driving for Richard Childers Racing has been kind of struggling for the last couple of years. Had a pretty lengthy non-winning streak, but still one of the top drivers and characters in NASCAR as Aiden Willett calls it a day on the mound and heads for left field.
New pitcher into the game for the Crusaders. It's going to be Logan Martin, senior number 5 into the contest.
Yeah, maybe he's 2-0 on the season with a 3.99 ERA. Senior lefty for Jason O'Reilly's club. Well, that goes 6 1/3.
Yeah, just quickly back on Kyle Busch, just seeing hospitalized Thursday, no cause has been disclosed.
So he went to hospital today, and yeah, don't know the cause, but that's tragic news for the NASCAR community, because he's one of 2 brothers who were prolific. Kurt Busch also won a NASCAR championship, Cup championship. He retired a couple of years ago. They had one of their big races of the year this Sunday night. The it used to be the World 600. It's the Coca-Cola 600, longest race.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there's a woman, Catherine Legge, who was going to try to run both the Indy 500 and the Charlotte race, a night race, on Sunday. There's been a few different drivers who have done that over the years.
It's a busy day.
It really is. They get a helicopter to get them from Indy to Charlotte there after the race. The Indy race starts at about noon. The Charlotte race starts at about 5:30. How far south can you get with 1,100 miles, by the way? Just think about taking 95 down the East Coast. You get quite a ways.
Yeah. Get you a ways down there. Pinch hitter here for the Eagles is Zach Torrey, sophomore, digging in. Batting in place of Joey Beal, the right fielder, who had been 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Also walked, stole a base, and came around to score. Runner takes off. Ground ball. Pangburn has a sprawl across the turf. Throw over. And the bounce gets past Sockbasin. He fields it as the runners head to second and third. But instead of the second out of the inning, there's now 2 in scoring position for the Eagles.
Heck of a play initially by Pangburn as he was going over with the runner going from first to second, going over to cover second base, but he was able to stop, put a hand down to keep from advancing further toward second base. Made the catch of the sharply hit grounder, but the throw couldn't get enough on it, and it bounced well in front of first base, and play goes as an error, but now 2 runners in scoring position for Ellsworth as they try to add some insurance here.
Jordan at the plate, 1 for 3, singled back in the second inning, struck out in the 4th, flied out to center in the 5th. 0-1, a swinging bunt goes right off the plate. Runner coming home from third. Oh, the ball pops out of the catcher's glove. Safe at home, Porter Merrill. And Ellsworth on top, 6-4. Everybody safe. Now runners on the corners with 1 down. Have another look.
Yeah, let's talk about swinging bunt. Didn't get out there very far, and dive by Phillips, who didn't have the ball in his hand. And as a result, Merrill scores. And Torrey scores. No, Merrill scores. And
Torrey down to third.
Torrey to third, yes.
Jordan standing over at first.
I guess you got to call that a fielder's choice.
Yeah.
And an error on the drop.
Yeah, so unfortunately for Caleb Jordan, he doesn't get an RBI out of it, but he's off from first base on a high throw. Nobody covering the bag down there, so that's just defensive indifference. But now, once again, 2 in scoring position here. Still just 1 down. Ellsworth looking for insurance before having to head to the bottom of the 7th. Coleman Welch is 1 for 2 with a single and a sac bunt. Also lined out hard to third his last time up. Backed up there, but he catches a piece of the zone to make it 2-1. Logan Martin trying to limit the damage and keep it a 2-run deficit for the Crusaders. Here's his 2-1. That is up and away, and having to come out of the crouch is Bodie Phillips. Three and one. That's slapped towards right center field. That's trouble. It's going to get down. One is in. Here comes the second runner. Cut off to the plate. Not in time. 2-run single for the number 9 hitter, Coleman Welch. And the Eagles double their lead from 2-4. They're now on top 8-4 here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, finally breaking it open here. A couple errors hurt the Crusaders, but that a solid job of hitting by Coleman Welch there, just guiding the ball into the opposite field for a single. Good speed on the base pass for the Eagles. 2-runner score, and now the top of the order coming back up.
Back to Evan Haskell, who is 3 for 4 today. Single in the first, he came around to score, had an RBI double in the 4th, and then singled again in the 6th. Stole a base, scored again, so 3 for 4 with an RBI. Couple of runs scored as that pickoff attempt at first base gets by Sockbase and down to second and not stopping there. Turning around second and motoring into third goes Welch. So some sloppy efforts defensively hurting the Crusaders here late.
Falling apart just a bit here with the game stretched out. Final score may be a little misleading given how the first 6 innings went.
Now an RBI opportunity for Haskell. Another runner just 90 feet away. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Live events this week on the ticket. Once again, we now know that TBD tomorrow afternoon will be Maine baseball at 1 o'clock. Black Bears victorious today, 5-4. Against UMBC in the America East Championship, so they are moving on. Now just 1 win away from playing for the conference championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Once again, Maine baseball tomorrow at 1. If they win that game, straight through to the title game on Saturday. If they lose, they play again immediately after around 5. Oh, nearly a good scoop over at first, not quite. Sockbasin can't pick it, and trotting home from third is Welch with the 9th run of the game for the Eagles.
Getting plenty of time to make the play at first, but just the throw didn't get there, and Sockbasin couldn't come up with the scoop. Welch scores from third. It's now a 9-4 game, I believe. 4 here in the 7th inning. Maine won the series against Binghamton during the regular season, correct? They win at least 2 out of 3?
I believe so. They did on the road at least, yeah.
So that's a good sign. Binghamton's been the number 1 team in the league pretty much throughout the spring, and that's their opponent on.
Haskell takes off from first, throw down there, skips in, and he is into second base with his 2nd stolen base of the afternoon. Very busy day for Evan Haskell at the top of the Eagle lineup. Reaching on an error here, but he still gets that RBI. So his 2nd of the game in that department. 4 times on base, 3 hits, a couple of stolen bases, 2 runs scored so far. Curtis trying to bring him home for a 3rd time. Count even at 1-1.
It's kind of tough when I just noticed it now, when the home plate umpire signals a strike right in front of his face, rather than out to the sides. Yeah, kind of hard to tell.
1-1, and that one's yanked down and away. Curtis at the dish, 0 for 4. He did pick up an RBI his last time up on a ground out. He is, in fact, the pitcher of record because Ellsworth had made that rally by the time he left the bump.
Yeah, he pitched 5 full.
Swinging away here and flying one out towards left field. That might be up in the jet stream a little. Turning around out there. It's over the head of the left fielder. Hopping on the warning track. Curtis slides into second with an RBI double. Ellsworth plates another. Now on top 10-4.
Ball just carrying out toward left field this afternoon. There's another one. You count the way the ball's carrying with the sun. And that's a tough field for left fielders.
Here's Jackson Berry, who smoked one over that left field wall his last time up. It was a go-ahead solo homer at the time. Curtis takes off for third. Berry might have been looking to clear the fences again with that swing.
10-4. Is that right? 10?
Yep.
Because Haskell just scored, didn't he?
5 in the inning.
Yep. I didn't mark down Haskell scoring for the third time in the game. He scored 3 times. Berry and... Pardon me?
Is it 10 or is it 11 at this point? How many do you have scoring in the inning?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I have 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
1-1 here to Berry. Curtis takes off again. He reaches out and pokes it foul.
I think Berry just wants to make Curtis run. There's a couple of times he's tried to steal third.
1 and 2 now on the power hitting first baseman for the Eagles. He's actually the pitcher at this point in the contest, trying to close things out once we get back out there, but he watches that one miss to even the count at 2-2.
Now, when he came on, it was 5-4, correct?
Yep.
So he's in line for a save.
That he is. 2-2. Swinging away, hitting one high in the air to left center field. Got underneath of this one, though. Ranging over the left fielder. It's off his glove. Curtis was holding up at second, so he will now hold at third. Berry takes his place at second on a long two-base error. Runners on second and third. Still just 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, it's just a tough place to play right now. This time of day with the sun starting to go down just a little bit, right in his eyes. That ball to center, left center field. He had to go. Left fielder did quite a distance to have a chance to make the play on the ball, but the ball went off his glove before he had another error.
Gunnar Vines looking for his first hit, officially 0 for 3. A couple of groundouts to short, also struck out looking. He walked back in the first. Behind here in the count, 0-1. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Old Town Redemption Center, family owned for over 30 years, open Monday through Saturday with monthly $100 giveaways at 13 Chester Street in Old Town. You can call 827-7887. Also brought to you by Crystal Clear Family Pet Center, watching high school sports this spring on Ticket TV. Don't forget your pets. Visit Crystal Clear Family Pet Center at 33 High Street in Ellsworth.
9th batter of the inning up.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. And it just misses upstairs. Quality Automotive in Brewers, where reliable service meets expert care. From routine maintenance to major repairs, their team keeps your vehicle running right. 1-2, chopped on the ground into the shortstop hole. Pangburn with a backhand, long throw to first. Sock Basin gets it on the bounce. It will bring Curtis home from third. 11th run in the sixth of the inning, for the Eagles.
Nice play defensively by Pangburn there. Again, going to the backhand, coming up firing strong, but run scores to make it 11-4 now, and we're going to go back to the player who started this inning.
And he started it by recording an out.
With maybe the hardest hit ball of the inning.
A line shot to third. One catches the inside corner, 0-2. Finished telling you about Quality Automotive. You can experience the Quality Automotive difference at 13 Abbott Street in Brewer. Visit qualityautomotiveme.com. 0-2. And fouled off to the right.
Well, 8 of the 9 spots in the Ellsworth batting order have at least one hit in this game. And that 9th spot, which has been Joey Beal and then Zach Torrey earlier this inning, scored 2 runs.
That one's driven out towards right center field. That's going to get another one home. Into the gap, heading for second, and stopping there with an RBI double is Braden Pooler. He's got his 3rd hit and 2nd RBI of the game.
You can see on some of those shots to the gap, the base runner getting between first and second, or rounding first base, and thinking about whether or not they're going to go to third.
There's Porter Merrill, who has singled and scored in this inning. 1 for 3 with a walk on the day.
This game starting to get out of hand now at 12-4. It might affect your decision on whether to go for that extra base. Then again, you don't get that many chances to hit triples.
Yeah,
most
playing
fields
on a bigger field.
Right. I don't see any dimensions on the fence.
1-1 is fouled off down the left field line.
But I would suggest that straightaway center field shot.
Oh, that's got to be at least 400 here.
That's deeper than Mansfield, isn't it?
I would think. If not 400, 410.
Yeah, I think it's at least the same, if not deeper than Mansfield Stadium, which is the other big stadium around here, high school-wise.
1-2, missing outside.
They used to have the dimensions back here, but what they've done is they've darkened the fence out there to make it a better hitting background.
2-2, skied on the infield, maybe out into shallow right center, coming on and making the catch to finally retire the side is Haggerty, but a big inning for the Eagles. They send 10 to the plate, and 7 of them score? Yes, indeed. After 6.5, 12-4 Eagles on Ticket TV.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
Darling's in Bangor is hiring experienced Ford technicians. We've solved the 2 biggest challenges in the industry, warranty time and flat rate. At Darling's, you'll have guaranteed hours, retail time for warranty, and unlimited earning potential. We offer up to $40 an hour plus incentives, generous PTO, full benefits, and a climate-controlled shop. Apply today at darlings.com. You'll do better at Darling's.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
Back here at the Wink, bottom of the 7th, Ellsworth has broken this one open. See right there, they have scored 11 runs over the last 4 innings. They lead at 12-4. Barry back out there on the mound trying to wrap up this contest. Colby Haggerty leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Crusaders. 2 for 3. Wave and a miss there. Fooled on that pitch. Couple of singles, a stolen base, and a run scored for Haggerty his first 2 times up. Barry had 2 strikeouts after entering the game last inning.
Yeah, Baps has just 1 hit since the 3rd inning, after having 5 hits in that inning when they scored 3 runs.
Off-speed pitch swung on and missed by Haggerty, and it's a 3rd strikeout for Barry to begin the 7th. One up, one down for Abe Pendergast, the second baseman. Also a 2-for-3 game out of the 3-hole for the Crusaders. Stolen base and a run scored as well. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, family owned for over 70 years, specializing in rug cleaning and repair. You can visit 69 Hillside Avenue in Bangor or salibasrugcleaners.com. And we're brought to you by Bangor Floral. Make memories, send flowers from Bangor Floral in the In-Town Plaza, 332 Harlow Street in Bangor. Barry ahead, 0-2 here on Pendergast. 0-2 missing. A reminder that coming up, we'll have the post-game show with highlights, game recap, have the play and players of the game, as well as another look at our upcoming broadcast schedule as Pendergast gets a piece to stay alive.
Right back at it tomorrow with softball. Edward Little at Brewer. I was looking that game up this morning. The last two times they've played, once during the regular season last year, and once in the Class A North playoffs, both games went extra innings.
Called strike 3 there on Pendergast and another K for Barry.
He's got 5 outs for him via the strikeout.
So what you're saying is we may get some free softball tomorrow night?
It's possible. Edward Little, I think, is the number 2 team in the division. Brewer is right around 500. They've actually lost 2 or 3 games recently, competitive games. We saw them on Ticket TV this past Monday. I think it was raining over at Hamden, and Hamden won that game 4-0.
Fly to left field by Boudreau, and that is the final out of the ball game. Ellsworth comes to Bangor. Took them a little bit for the Bats to wake up, but once they did, they pulled away. 7 runs in the 7th, and the Eagles victorious over the Crusaders 12-4. Don't go anywhere. That McDonald's post-game show coming up right after this on Ticket TV.
Yeah.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Have a painful tooth or an entire mouthful of teeth? Mid-Coast Denture Design now offers tooth extractions in both Ellsworth and Brewer. Get your teeth pulled and immediate dentures placed right in our office. Quick, convenient, and comfortable. Let denturist Lindsay Young and her staff create immediate dentures for you, all in one location. Mid-Coast Denture Design, the go-to in Bangor and Ellsworth for dentures and tooth extraction services. Because everyone deserves an awesome smile. Visit midcoastdenturedesignmaine.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Black Bear fans, Maine football season tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets at goblackbears.com/tickets or by calling the ticket office at 581-BEAR. That's 581-2327.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home at the Furniture Gallery. During our Spring into Savings event, brighten every room you have with lamps, rugs, and wall art. The Furniture Gallery is getting ready for warmer days. Enjoy 15% off outdoor furniture and create the backyard retreat you've been dreaming about. Speaking of dreaming, need extra sleeping space for guests? Our sleeper sofas start at just $6.99. Shop local, save money, and love your home this spring. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, North Windham, and Topsom.
Welcome back here to the Winkin Complex at Husson University. Ellsworth victorious over John Bapst, 12-4 this afternoon and evening in some Class B high school baseball action on Ticket TV. We welcome you into the postgame show presented by your local family-owned McDonald's, Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, Wilson Street in Brewer. Getting ready for some more baseball here at the Winkin Complex. You got a JV game coming up between the Crusaders and the Eagles. As they get ready for that one, we wind down our broadcast here. Let's show you these post-game highlights to get things underway. Whoa, possibly.
Well, see, I can't see them either way with the sun coming in. And
here we go, early in the game. Dawson Curtis. Lefty starting on the mound, but Crusaders were putting the ball in play early in the contest. Here you see Ellsworth, Braden Pooler driving one into center field to bring a run home. This is Curtis at the dish. Sharp ground out, but that also scored a run. Ellsworth very methodical. You know, they chipped away at what was at one point a 4-1 deficit, and then Barry with the big blow here. A solo home run to put the Eagles on top. 5-4. He would then come into the game for Dawson Curtis on the mound and get a save despite the final score of 12-4, because when he came on, it was only 5-4.
It's a one-run game. I think that that home run did a couple of things.
Yeah.
Because it kind of cemented the comeback in that Baps had led 4-1, led by 3 runs for a couple of innings, and gradually Ellsworth came back, and that one put the Eagles over the top, and I don't know that. I mean, it just didn't seem like after that Baps had the same kind of enthusiasm. All of a sudden, the chance of victory they could kind of perhaps sense that it was slipping, and then came the big inning in the top of the 7th when the Eagles sent 11 batters to the plate, scored 7 runs, capitalized on several errors by John Baps, and what was really a one-run game suddenly became a blowout in the end.
Yeah, all these highlights that you're seeing, those were from that 7-run top of the 7th inning for the Eagles. They entered the final inning on top 5-4. They would leave that frame on top by 8. Post-game highlights presented by Next Home Experience. Now time to get you the game recap presented by the Furniture Gallery.
Yes, indeed. Final score once again, Ellsworth, 12 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. John Baps, 4 runs, 10 hits, and 6 errors. Winning pitcher is Dawson Curtis. He went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned on 8 hits, 1 strikeout. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Jackson Berry with a 2-inning save. No hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Losing pitcher was Aiden Willett. Went 6 1/3, scattered 11 hits, allowed 6 runs, 4 of them earned. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Logan Martin came on to finish up the 7th inning for the Crusaders. Offensively, for Ellsworth, leading the way, Jackson Berry, 5 plate appearances, reached base 4 times. The one time he didn't was a sacrifice fly. He also had 2 singles, both infield variety, with the go-ahead home run to a left field, a solo shot in the 6th inning. Also reached on an error and scored in the 7th inning. He wound up scoring 3 runs with the 3 hits, had 2 RBIs and 2 stolen bases. Also with 3 hits is the freshman second baseman, Braden Pooler. He went 3 for 5, capped off by a RBI double to right center in the 7th inning. He had 2 RBIs altogether and a stolen base. 3 more hits for Evan Haskell. He went 3 for 5, reached base 4 times with 3 hits and reached on an error. Had an RBI double and had an RBI on an infield error. stole a couple of bases. And 2 hits went to the number 9 hitter, Coleman Welch, a bunt single in the 2nd inning, and then a 2-run single to right field in the 7th inning during that 7-run rally by the Eagles. So plenty of offensive heroes to go around. The position shared by Joey Beal and Zach Torrey also scored twice. Joey Beal scoring after walking in the 4th inning, and then Zach Torrey reaching on an error in the 7th, the first batter faced by Logan Martin, and he came around to score as well. 7 stolen bases by Ellsworth altogether, 2 apiece, as I mentioned, by Haskell and Berry. For John Baps, leading the way offensively, 2 hits apiece for Kobe Haggerty and Abe Pendergast. Let's see if we had any RBIs there. Haggerty scored a run, Pendergast scored a run, Cooper Lewis scored a run, and Sam Churchard scored a run. 4 stolen bases by the Crusaders. And again, team records now. Ellsworth, with his 4th consecutive win, is now 10-1 on the season. John Baps drops to 5-6.
That game recap presented by the Furniture Gallery. Now time to get you the play of the game, and no surprise as to what this one is going to be. The big blast delivered by Jackson Berry to put the Eagles in front in the top of the 6th inning. A solo home run to put Ellsworth up 5-4.
Yeah, 2-2 pitch. Actually, it was a 6th pitch of the at-bat, so it was a battle between Berry and Willett, but Willett finally got underneath a pitch, the 7th pitch of the at-bat, and as much as the John Baps left fielder kept going back to, he just ran out of room, and Sam Churchard couldn't get up with the catch. The ball cleared the fence in left field, straight away left, 10 to 15 feet. So a good shot by Berry, and that was the one, a solo shot that put Ellsworth ahead for good at 5-4.
That play of the game presented by your local Dairy Queens in Old Town and in Bangor, Stillwater Avenue in Old Town, Broadway in Bangor. From the play of the game, we go to the player of the game. It's presented by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center in downtown Bangor. And what direction are we going here, Ernie?
Yeah, Evan Haskell out of the leadoff spot. 3 hits, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a couple of stolen bases. The freshman Braden Pooler, we mentioned earlier, also 3 hits, a couple of RBIs, but it's hard to ignore Jackson Berry and what he did. He was officially 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, the home run that put his team ahead, and then came on and get the 2-inning save without giving up a hit. So I think we're going to go with Jackson Berry, one of just 3 seniors on the Ellsworth squad, as our player of the game.
No arguments here. Jackson Berry with the big showing. He is our player of the game. Let's take a look ahead now at our upcoming broadcast schedule. We'll be at Coffin Field tomorrow night in Brewer, where the Witches host the Edward Little Red Eddies for some Class A softball at 7 o'clock. And then next week it's underway from Hedrick Field in Brewer, as well as Coffin Field in Brewer. 2 games simultaneously Tuesday night at 7. Brewer versus Messalonski baseball and softball. And then on Wednesday, the crew heads to Mansfield Stadium in Bangor, where the Rams play host to Hamden Academy. Getting baseball and softball under the lights here at the end of the season. All 7 o'clock start times in front of us this week and into next week. Only thing left to do here is give out credit to our Ticket TV crew, Max Pottle directing and producing on double time today. We had to go fast here after being let into the building. Quentin Tidwell and Sydney Hurst, our camera operators. Luke Gagne are running the scoreboard, helping Max out up there behind us. And for my broadcast partner, my broadcast partner, Ernie Clark, can't leave him hanging altogether there. I am Mark Paulette. Okay. Until we speak with you tomorrow night from Coffin Field over in Brewer, signing off now for the Ticket TV crew. This has been Class B Baseball. Ellsworth victorious over John Baps, 12-4 this evening on Ticket TV.
High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darlings Auto Group. You'll do better at Darlings. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience. The market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, North Windham, and Topsom. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Praise Auto Sales, over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. Visit praiseautosales.com. Dairy Queen Bangor. Get a DQ treat today at Dairy Queen on Broadway in Bangor. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 57 years. Eastern Maine Community College, start your future at emcc.edu. Bangor Savings Bank, since 1852. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Visit bangor.com. Dairy Queen Old Town. At DQ, happy tastes good. Casella. Good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by UMaine Finish Strong, Hidden Meadows, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, The Fitch Company, UMaine Athletics, Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, Union Street Towing, Bangor Mall Cinemas, Bangor Floral, Hannaford and Bucksport, Novus Glass, Hartford's Auto Service, Old Town Redemption Center, Bennett Auto Center, The Growing Place and Polish, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Lloyd's Family Market, Quality Automotive, North Star Waste and Recycling, Crystal Clear Family Pet Center, The Farmer's Table, Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market, Coach House Restaurant, Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Goslin's Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Twin City Tire, Harvey RV and Marine, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Midcoast Denture Design, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. High school sports on Ticket TV is a production of Sportsnet Maine and Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket.